Hello YouTube, it's now the 4th of September and it does appear now the school's gone back. Today is the first day back for most of the schools in our area, that we've come to the end of the majority of our work, and we're back to the old way of we've got work but we can't get in to do it. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I've been sorting things out, but I can't get in anywhere, so I'm going to have to do some pottering, methinks. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but let's see what we can do up the shed. I'm just going around all of my seeds and giving them a shake to see if I can get any seeds out. You might be able to hear it on camera, it's quite awkward to hold. All the seeds falling out. I'm getting quite a few here, but I can't help but feeling these need to be left a little bit longer to get the rest of the seeds out. So, yeah, all my little quinoa or rainbow granola seeds. And they're still coming. I just don't want to lose the majority of my, well, because they crop to the floor. Because, oh, these are too wet. Oh, there's some coming out. I'll leave them a bit longer. They're still quite damp. Because apparently these seeds, when they're ready, they either pop out everywhere when the wind blows, or any moisture that's present can cause them to germinate on the tree, on the plant itself. So we do have some damp mornings. It's quite a damp morning as it is. There's lots of dew on the grass, so I might actually cut down the rest of the stalks. That one's completely good. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm undecided. You can probably see these falling off. This is what we're talking about. Amazing. I have no idea amount of yield or crop I'm going to get from these. This is the first year I've grown a grain, but we can but try. Depending on how easy these are to keep and process, I might try a wheat or you know, a barley or some kind of other grain next year. I'm going to ask a farmer nicely if I can have a couple of hands full of seed. It's actually quite therapeutic. Yeah, I'll leave that one a bit longer. Certainly getting a few out of this. I might have to see if I can sort out another rack. I'll have to get another shelf, I think. This one's still quite damp at the end. I'm just going to do this for a bit longer. And I'm just cutting down the quinoa, and I noticed the size of the sweet corn on there. It's huge. Must be almost ready to eat. Well, that's what I've got so far. Some of the plants need a bit longer. But look at these. Sweet corn. Not sweet corn. Popping corn. Come on. We got a one come in. Only one, mind, but still, keep an eye on them. Yeah, I've just hung them up upside down against the glass for now. One thing I have noticed, and it's not a good thing, is that the plants, they may not be native to this country, but they do attract the black fly quite a bit. This one's infested with black fly. I don't know whether this chap is feeding on the black fly, but he came in with that lot. So I'm going to keep that one separate for now. I think I'm just going to leave that over here. But let's get rid of some of these leaves. I'll show you what I got so far. Just 5 minutes work on the dry ones. I got a couple of tablespoons there. Quite, even though it's only a couple of tablespoons, not even enough for a meal there, I'm still quite pleased with that, because that's I've grown that. Yeah, so I'm very happy. Might just leave these, you know, like that, so they get the air. And hopefully, if we leave these throughout the day, they dry a bit more. Might be get some more seeds out of them. Failing that, anything that drops on the floor is probably going to end up like a jungle in here next year. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Right, so on to the next thing. Well, good news. I've got a jug come in. I'm out. Won't be out for too long, I don't think. Yeah. Well, it's good in one respect that there's still money come in, and good in the other respect that it gives me more time to potter around and do things. Obviously, if I'm working full time, then I don't get the time up here, and if I'm not working at all, I get all the time up here, but no money or income to do anything with. So it makes things more difficult. But 50-50 isn't too bad. I'm quite happy with it. So, well, I've been back a little while, and I've had a go at the solar panels. I've renewed everything. Basically, everything is now fused. In there you won't be able to see, but they're all 10 amp car fuses, 12 volt. Every cable's been renewed down into the box. Of course, you may have seen in the previous video, it was just wires everywhere, where I just rigged it up temporary so I could get it going. I now have 2 lots of 2, and the bottom one does nothing. So the top switch does 1 panel, that's 5.94 amps, and the other one is running about 3 amp. That's me 2 sets of 80 watt panels. One's in the shade, so it's not producing much, that's alright. And the bottom one, third one down, is actually my 60 watt panels, 260s, producing 4.38 amps. And finally, standalone panel, which is right down the end. It's one of the homemade 150 watt panel, and that's only producing 0.3 amp. But that's because the cable run is such a great run that on this 4mm here, which is only reading 16 volts there, where is at the panel it's 22. So I have got some volt drop on that, so I'll have to trim that down, or I'll have to run a big cable. I have got over there somewhere a drum of 10mm. There's that big drum there. It's a drum of old colours, which I can use. So that's all been renewed. So basically it runs as it used to. One side does the grid ties, and on the other side, I don't know if I can try and get this in focus. Might be able to see the other side is amps, but the battery is so charged it don't want to take any power. We got 4.5 amp going to the battery bank. So just leave it on the grid tie for now. Yeah, so basically that's all been renewed. I do need some crimp eyes for the terminals. I've run out of large crimp eyes. that can come in future. Both sets of live, neutral, or positive and negative are connected there temporarily because I'm waiting for my new charge controller. Once I've got the new charge controller, I can get rid of this and use it elsewhere, and also start to expand my battery bank. Possibly get a pure sine wave inverter if money allows. But that is what I've been up to. That's what I've done. I've changed all the cables and rewired that. So it's just a waiting game now. And obviously I've got my meter over here, which is telling me how much power I'm producing. It's only 160 watts at the moment. So if you see that, that's my idea. 160 watts at the moment. We've done 1.7 since the beginning of this month. I've only plugged it in halfway through the second day, so we're not too bad. It's been quite a sunny day. So that's another thing off my list until I get my next set of bits. Yeah, that's it for now. I've just had a look at our electric meter to get some details off of it. Basically, we have the meter in the cupboard is an AMPI 5184A, and I tried googling it to see if I get some technical information on it, and there's none around. So I got the phone number for the company, rung them up, and left a query with them just to find out whether the meter runs backwards or whether we've got to have a new electric meter installed so that I can further my solar setup up the top. But that is basically another thing I've crossed off my little list. On to the next, I guess. Don't know what I got. Well, it's the end of the day now. I haven't spent much time at the shed during the evening. I've been doing some research and watching YouTube. Well, I'm quite happy with what I've done today. I got through quite a bit. I ended up coming up the greenhouse in the evening, and I've got a small peanut butter jar full of quinoa seeds or quinoa seeds. I don't think I haven't got a jar that's the same size, but I'll show you tomorrow's video. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to pump out as many videos as I can. Trying to keep my enthusiasm going, because I've been a bit down recently. But yeah, I'm quite happy with what I've done today. I'm really hoping that my charge controller gets delivered soon. It's not even marked as dispatched yet. It's been a couple of weeks, so I might have to send an email off tomorrow. Once I get the charge controller, I can start, finishing off this project. I'm going to be sticking with 12 volt. I know it's not very efficient because in order to step it up to or invert it to UK mains voltage, it means 20-fold increase, which means which means we lose some efficiency there. But then again, my idea of doing that is I can power everything off of 12 volt lighting, 12 volt appliances, 12 volt everything. Power my electronics off of it more easily. 12 volt down to 5 volt on USB plugs. Whereas 24 volt, 36, 48 volt is more difficult. From what I've seen. If you've got any criticism about that, then just add it below, because any comment is a good comment, whether it's praising me or whether it's slating me because I'm taking the wrong track, so to speak. I'm gonna get the charge controller, finish off the mess that is all the wires, tied it all up once I know how big it is, and then I can start adding extra batteries, pure sine wave inverter, and possibly running an independent circuit down from the shed, mains voltage for the house. I don't think it's going to be practical to run the whole house off of the mains voltage, seeing that there's so much stuff down there. is just going to deplete the batteries within an hour. Obviously this depends on the size of the setup I go for. But yeah, if I can run an independent circuit, then that'll be some way to go. So I rung the company to get some information to see if our meter goes backwards. So if I'm not powering an independent circuit, I could be running a grid tie. And then after that comes the solar tracker. I've got some ideas. I've been to the electrical wholesalers and they've got some Unistrut bits in their warehouse, and I'm just looking through, see what they got, see if I can get some ideas. Failing that, it's going to have to be built from scratch, and I'm not very good working with steel. I'm not a metal worker. But yes, it's all on the list. Maybe because the list got so big, I'm losing enthusiasm. But I suppose one thing at a time, and I'll get there. So I'm going to say goodbye, good night even, and I'll see you in the next day's video. So don't forget to subscribe, comment, and rate, and I'll see you later. Cheers. If I can find the off button, it is.